For a people who shun individual expression, the Amish have, paradoxically, cultivated one of the most distinctive identities on Earth, an identity forged not by rebellion, but by absolute submission to an invisible code. We commonly know them by their simple clothing, horse-drawn buggies, and avoidance of modern technology. But these visible characteristics are merely surface manifestations of a much deeper, more intricate system of beliefs and practices. This unseen framework, varying subtly from community to community, shapes every decision and interaction, creating a world purposefully set apart. This comprehensive, unwritten constitution is known as the Ordnung, literally, the order. It is a set of guidelines, drawn from biblical interpretation and community tradition, that dictates social norms, dress code, technology use, and even agricultural practices. The Ordnung ensures uniformity and separates the Amish from the perceived vanity and distractions of the outside world. Crucially, it's not a static document. Each Amish district or settlement develops its own specific understanding of the Ordnung, leading to nuanced, yet strict, variations in daily life across different communities, defying any monolithic perception. Consider the seemingly minor detail of clothing fasteners. In many Amish communities, buttons and zippers are strictly forbidden on outer garments. While this might appear arbitrary, the rationale is deeply rooted in their commitment to humility and nonconformity. Buttons, especially historically, were seen as decorative and linked to military uniforms, symbolizing vanity and worldly pride. Zippers, too, represent unnecessary modernization and convenience. Instead, plain hooks and eyes or straight pins are used, enforcing a deliberate simplicity and reminding wearers of their uniform identity, subservient to God and community, not to individual flair. The faceless Amish doll, a seemingly eerie relic, carries an equally profound spiritual message. These simple cloth figures, often handmade, lack any discernible facial features. This design is not an oversight but a deliberate teaching tool. By denying the doll a face, children are subtly taught to avoid personal pride, vanity, and the elevation of any individual above the community. It reinforces the belief that all are equal in the eyes of God, and that individual appearance should not be a source of boasting or distinction. This practice instills humility from the earliest age, preparing children for a life of selflessness. Another cornerstone of the Ordnung is the restriction on photography. Many Amish refuse to have their pictures taken, interpreting the Second Commandment's prohibition against graven images as a directive against creating likenesses of themselves. This extends beyond religious interpretation, intertwining with the desire to avoid vanity and personal glorification. A photograph, they believe, can foster pride and individualism, drawing attention away from God and the collective identity. This powerful stance reinforces the community's commitment to humility and ensures that the focus remains on spiritual values rather than fleeting appearances or personal recognition. At the heart of these seemingly restrictive rules lies the profound concept of Gleichheit, a German word roughly translating to Yieldedness, submission, or letting be. It encapsulates the spiritual ideal of self-surrender to God's will and the communal good. This is not passive obedience, but an active, conscious choice to prioritize the community's welfare and spiritual harmony over individual desires and ambitions. Gleichheit is the anchor that binds Amish society, fostering deep community cohesion and resilience against external pressures. It ensures unity, prevents conflict, and reinforces mutual support, shaping a life lived in collective spiritual purpose. From the perspective of Gleichheit, the rules of the Ordnung become less about mere restriction and more about deliberate cultivation. They are tools designed to foster humility, reinforce strong family bonds, and insulate the community from the corrupting influences of modern consumerism and individualism. Every seemingly bizarre rule, from plain dress to simple toys, serves to minimize pride, prevent social stratification, and ensure that attention remains focused on spiritual growth and interdependent living. This intentional structure, paradoxically, grants a profound freedom from the anxieties and pressures of the outside world, promoting a shared purpose. Thus, the strictures of Amish life, often perceived by outsiders as backward or oppressive, are in reality a deliberate, carefully constructed shield. This shield protects their sacred way of life from the anxieties and distractions that plague contemporary, hyper-individualized society. While the modern world grapples with digital isolation, consumerist pressures, and a constant search for identity, the Amish find solace and strength in a shared identity defined by their shared commitment to God, community, and humility. Their intentional choices create a structured existence, often envied for its perceived simplicity and freedom from modern complexities. Ultimately, the Amish challenge our core assumptions about progress and freedom. What appears as a rejection of the modern world is, in fact, a deeply thoughtful and coherent alternative. Their bizarre rules are not simply outdated traditions, but the very scaffolding that supports a way of life built on reverence, community, and an unwavering commitment to values often lost in our hyperconnected age. Stepping into their world reveals that true freedom might not be found in endless choices, but in deliberate limitations, offering a powerful, enduring lesson to a world constantly striving for more.